Absenteeism remains a problem in schools.
Early grad numbers, how do they look this year?
Students and teachers set their New Year's resolutions.
And we take a look at the student section of sports games. Hi, I'm Zoe Stuckey.
And I'm Joey Pierce.
And welcome to the first Eagles Zone of 2024. To start the new year, we'd like to cover an issue going on in schools around the state, absenteeism.
Ever since COVID, the rates of absent students have risen. Eagle Zone's Tony Franco joins us with more details. Tony?
The past few years since COVID broke out has seen an increase in absenteeism around the country. In South Dakota, the attendance rate did not drop as low as other parts of the nation, but it still lingers as a problem in school districts across the state. The Department of Education reports that since the 2018-2019 school year, chronic absenteeism rates in South Dakota have gone up from 14% to 21%. Chronic absenteeism is when a student misses 10% or more of class time. That's also hitting schools in Aberdeen.
Well, I believe that COVID did really have a large impact on our district. Like I had mentioned before, we were always in the 95%, and some of our schools have dipped down to about 89% attendance, and we are slowly increasing that. And just getting people to return to school is one of the things that we've been working on for the last 3 years, and we'll continue to work with families to do that.
Another issue impacting the attendance rates is the amount of tardies.
We have a system in place. You get 4 free tardies, and after that you start getting detentions, 1 per tardy. And the idea is that once you get to that 4th or 5th one, you realize, oh, I don't want to get any more detentions. And for some people that's worked really well. In fact, I think that's worked better this year.
But at the same time, it is still a problem, along with chronic absenteeism. As part of its efforts, the Department of Education is sponsoring an attendance awareness campaign, which targets students and parents with messages about the importance of consistently attending school. Individual school districts are joining the effort.
As you know, attendance is the #1 indicator of school success, not only as for school, but also in future as people work towards their career. Attendance is very important.
According to the DOE, data from the past 2 school years show that the statewide attendance rate is holding steady at 86%. Chronic absenteeism rate also stayed at 21%.
I think my biggest message is attendance not only impacts your education and you lose so much as far as instruction time, but also you're missing out on being involved in activities and the social part of school as well. So we want everyone to be here and be in our community, and we're here to work with you.
There are some other specific stats the state is eyeing. In the last 2 school years, when attendance has held steady, the attendance rate for economically disadvantaged students increased by 4%, and the rate for English learners increased by more than 2.5%.
Thanks, Tony. Some schools have added incentives to get students to school and on time.
Early grad numbers are back to typical rates for the 2nd year in a row. They jumped during COVID.
Senior Bill Lamon is one of more than 40 seniors graduating in December instead of waiting until May.
Been here for 3.5 years, taking all the classes I needed to take, taking all the classes I wanted to take, and I'm taking all the classes that I think would benefit me in the future.
He decided to leave school and work full-time this winter and spring. During the pandemic, early grad numbers sat around 60. Assistant Principal Jake Phillips says the number of early grads this year is within the average range of a normal year.
I think early grading is a great opportunity for some people. It's very case-by-case, individually based, because everybody has their own goals or expectations after high school.
He says the school can miss them in the building and the students can miss school experiences, but he knows there are upsides for kids making the early grad decision.
Those students have matured and are ready for that next step or that next challenge in their life, and we recognize that and we want to honor that and give them that opportunity.
Lamon doesn't regret his decision.
I just feel like, after all the classes I've already taken, I could go out in the real world and do what I want to do. It'll give me more chances to do, things that I can't do while I'm in school.
Full-time work being a big one for him. He doesn't want a school schedule to get in the way of making some extra money.
There will be another round of early grads after the 3rd term, but that number is much smaller than the December group.
With the new year comes everybody's favorite tradition, resolutions. Eagle Zone's Dominic Eaglestar went around the school to see what resolutions the community has set for themselves.
I guess my New Year's resolution would be to be a kinder, gentler, more Mr. Nas, and be a little bit more, relaxed.
Mine would be to stay more hydrated, possibly get back into running. I've been slacking.
Surviving, because next year I'll be in the Army, and so that's really the basic thing you have to do. I want to get big, 210 pounds, 5'6". You know, I would like to be that tall. Yeah, that's basically it.
So my New Year's resolution, my main one is to not fail any classes and not pass all my classes, so I'm able to graduate, maybe even early graduate.
My New Year's resolution is to get my walk done on a time.
Well, my New Year's resolution is I want to get Unreal rank at Fortnite.
I would like Frank Ocean to drop.
Me personally, I never want Cardi to drop ever again.
That was Eagle Zone's Dominic Eaglestar reporting. And I'm not sure those were all New Year's resolutions, but best of luck to reaching your goals. We'll be right back with sports after this message from media production students.
All right, where's the big surprise you made me hurry for?
Voila! This is the Codometer 3000.
Okay, what does the thing even do?
In case of a medical emergency, this device could take me within 10 meters of Cody Queerum.
Oh, that one kid in class that's always sick.
Exactly! This could be revolutionary for the world of healthcare.
Well, that's really cool. Let me see it.
Get your dirty hands off my device!
Why am I even here if I can't even use it?
I haven't used the laboratory in 3 weeks. I need somebody to watch it so nobody else steals it.
All right, whatever. I doubt this thing even works. Whoa, this thing actually works? Where am I?
Is somebody in here?
Always respect other people's boundaries. You never know what can happen.
Good thing I made a spare.
How are you guys getting in my house?
Welcome back. The basketball teams come out of Christmas break with winning records. The boys have lost 2 games so far, and the girls are undefeated as we record this. Only the girls played at home since our last show, so we have highlights from their game. They played Yankton and pulled out a close win. We pick it up in the first quarter. Eagles work the ball around, and Airly Waldo finds Taryn Hermanson in the paint for the bucket. Ahead to the third quarter, the Eagles find Katie Withers at the top of the key. She gets a 3 to drop it in a close game. Regulation ends at 48. In overtime, Avieski cleans up the boards and puts it back for 2. The Golden Eagles go on to win 57-53. Over to wrestling, the Eagles win a duel against Huron. We start with freshman Owen Ward, who pins his opponent. And we have a string of pins to show you. Here we have junior Elias Beeler winning by fall, and another junior, this time it's Noah Kramer, and that's another pin for the Golden Eagles. The wrestling team sits at 7-1, and their next duel is at Brandon Valley next Thursday. And now, Kaylee Efferson joins us with a story about the student section.
With fall sports all wrapped up and winter sports starting, there's one thing everyone is excited about, especially if you don't do a winter sport, and that's the student section.
My favorite thing about the student section is probably feeling like we're helping the team out, making some noise, getting the energy up in the place, and hopefully helping them win.
Having the student section cheering on our Eagles play gives them encouragement and pushes them to try harder. That's why we want as many students to be involved in the student section and participate in the themes every game.
I definitely want more people to be there. It'd be cool if we could get hundreds of people in the student section. And for the volleyball games, if we had the whole student section that's there for football, if we get all those people out to all those games as well, and for the basketball games in the winter.
The theme is also important to how many people attend because during the Barbie volleyball game, there were several people in attendance, and this is because all you had to do was wear something pink.
I definitely think that the energy's gotten better over the years. I feel like there's a lot of guys in our grade, and girls too, bring a lot of energy, and hopefully that's something is here to stay for Central in the future.
One thing we want to start seeing more as a school community is having more people come to the games and participate in the themes that Student Senate picks. Last year, seniors received a lot of credit for building up the student section, but this year's group is definitely keeping it hype.
And we have a couple more commits to show you from Aberdeen. Senior Isaac Soccer has signed to play soccer for Concordia Moorhead, and goalie Cannon Fouth will join him to play soccer. Congrats, guys, and good luck. And speaking of signing, preschoolers, don't forget your kindergarten signing day is coming up. It's Monday, January 15th at Simmons Middle School. Show up anytime between 2 and 7 p.m. to get registered for kindergarten. Well, you can let your parents do that. Well, you get prizes, play in bouncy houses, take pictures, and get a free t-shirt. With that kind of makes me want to sign up for kindergarten again. I hope you all can make it. Joey and Zoe, back to you.
Thanks. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can always watch our stories by scrolling down to the Eagle Zone section of the school district website. That's aberdeen.k12.sc.us.
We leave you this week with a look around CC Lee Elementary. With Eagle Zone, I'm Zoe Stuckey.
And I'm Joey Pierce. Have a great week.